had picnics with Veronica. When we came here in '75, I believe May or June, we had a picnic right over the lake here in Flushing Meadow Park with Veronica, and everybody was invited.
It was a very few people, just about a handful. And Veronica mingled in with us where we could touch her, and she would bless us with her crucifix, and it was just wonderful.
I used to go to her house and pick up the statue and take it to the shrine. This was St. Robert Bellarmine in Bayside. And then I used to go back and pick up Veronica and take her to the shrine too, in the early days of '73 and '4.
Our Lady is very pleased that they are coming to the vigils and the holy hours. And I feel that actually one day everyone who has been doing this will understand and know for surety how their prayers have, I believe it will be the prayers of even our pilgrims and other pilgrims around the world that will save us, I hope, from the ball of redemption. You know, this cataclysm that will take place, that in the mercy of God we hope that it can be avoided. I don't know. I was saying my rosary when all of a sudden, like a big booming voice said, "Will you give me your son?" So I knew then that what I was hearing was the Eternal Father, because I'd heard Jesus before during the vigils, and the Eternal Father had a much more impressive type of voice that it startled me. And I wasn't going to say no. You know, I thought really he was only testing me. And I said, "Oh, sure. You know, oh, yes, if that's what you want, you know." I wasn't going to say no to the Eternal Father for anything. But, however, I didn't realize at the time that it was going to be a great test. It did happen. It did happen. My son was accidentally shot by his friend. They worked there in the woods upstate New York, and the father, though, gave them rifles, and I didn't know there was going to be anything like that going on when my son asked if we could go along with them. They're going up to the cabin in the woods upstate. But what happened is his son said to Raymond, I understand, the other boys told me that we're there too. What happened? Ray, get this. And he threw a piece of a block of wood. And as Raymond was bending down to pick up the wood, the other boy, he didn't think carefully, and the other thing he thought was, I'm going to shoot it like they do in the movies out of his way when he tried to get it. But instead of shooting this piece of wood that it was thrown, my son bent over to pick it up, and what happened is he was shot straight through the heart.
As soon as I heard that Veronica lost her son, I went to the house, and when I got there was two other people there, and Veronica was crying and her husband was crying. They were heartbroken, and we tried to console them as much as we could.
That was the first vigil after he was killed. I was there kneeling with the others, praying our rosary, when there, up in the sky, bigger than life, when just light died. I mean, it was an absolute picture of my son. I couldn't believe it. I just said, these things just don't happen in this world, I don't think. But I know what I was looking at. I couldn't believe it. But actually, I was very happy because I received a great consolation. See, look, Kathy.
Oh, Our Lady is so beautiful. I don't know. I wish she would appear to everyone to see her like she is. It's the most beautiful sight in the whole world. I love you, Blessed Mother.
Oh, she has now in her hands a rosary. It's all made of roses. The rosary is made of roses. Our Lady is smiling, and she says, I promise you, my child, one day you will hold these beads. The roses, my children, signify the souls. In the past, for many years, I came to little children, to those without great worldly knowledge and schooling. I come to the little ones, little in worldly knowledge, they're filled with the spirit of truth. Those with little of worldly possessions, but carrying the keys to the kingdom.
By the time we had reached you in Bayside, in your home, my child, we had looked with Teresa a long time for a Veronica.
A great mission has been given to you with my mother as your guide. You are a messenger from heaven, and as such, you will only take your direction from the Father. You are no longer an identity, but an instrument of God. But as a voice box, you have no recourse but to speak what is given to you, known as the truth in your God and from the eternal Father. It will be a lifetime dedication to all the children of God. For nothing is mine, for all that I have is given to me but for a short time by the Father. Therefore, I do wish to share all with the world. As a voice box, I must warn you that this will be a great strain on your human body. I did not promise you a road filled with roses, my child. The cross is always beneath the roses, and your road will be filled with thorns. It is only in this manner that you can follow my Son. Every voice box upon earth, my child, shall go through the passion of my Son, that you would wear a crown of thorns. You, my child, must accept your suffering for the priesthood. And we accept you, my child, as a victim soul with other victim souls to save your vicar and my Son's church upon earth. Since you have been a victim soul for the world's sins, as we rightly called you, Veronica of the Cross. I cry for you because I experience your pain as your mother. And I know that the cross one day will be lightened for you. You will do this for my son and I. Will you not, my child? Yes, Mother. Remember, my child, life is not eternal upon earth. One day, you will all have your rest. You follow the direction of your sister, Teresa, who has